Kuhlengwe ingane ngamakhulu amane namashumi amane nantathu emngceleni Beitbridge nokuwumngcele ohlukanisa iNingizimu Afrika kanye neZimbabwe. Lesigameko senzeka izolo ebusuku. Lezi ngane kukholakala ukuthi ziyashushumbiswa beyisemabhasini amabili abelibangisela eNingizimu Afrika.
Umkhankaso obuholwa umnyango wamaphoyisa ubambisene nowezasekhaya kanjalo neziphathimandla ezilawula ukusebenza kwemingcele. Kubikwa ukuthi izingane bezihamba ngazodwana kanti zibese zibuyiselwa eZimbabwe. Ukhomishana wokuphathwa kwemingcele ukholwa ukuthi bezishushumbiswa.
They were able to stop and search about 42 buses trying to enter the Republic, and out of that we found 443 children under the age of 8 that were in those buses without any parent or any guardian.
Kusenjalo abezokuphathwa kwemingcele bavivela isikhathi samaholiday asehlobo.
So in this period of 2023-2024, we anticipate a full recovery to the pre-COVID average number of about 6 million people who are supposed to be moving out of our ports in this period.
Ngalesikhathi kuzokwelulwa amahora okusebenza ezindaweni ezithathwa njengezibucayi emingceleni yezwe kuphinde kujutshwe nezisebenzi ezengeziwe.
We will be deploying additional 380 additional personnel to the selected busiest ports of entry to assist with the delivery of services as well as the provision of technical support during this period.
Uqhube wathi bakulungele ukubhekana nohlelo lokucisha konga ugesi kanti bangaphezulu kwezinkulungwane ezingama-50 abantu asebevinjelwe ukungena kuleli ngokungemthetho kusukela ngoMbasa walonyaka.
Ilungu lesigungu esiphezulu se-ANC uDavid Makhura usegxeke iDA ngokuthi ifuna ukusebenzisa njengethuluzi usihlalo we-First Rand osephuma esikhundleni uRoger Jardine ngenxa yebala lakhe kanye nomlando wakhe kwezomzabalazo. Kunembiko-ke yokuthi umholi we-DA uJohn Steenhuisen kanye noHelen Zille babe nomhlangano ngasese noRoger Jardine eKapa ngenhloso yokumnxenxa ukuthi kube uyena ozohola umbimbi lwamaqembu anezivumelwano sokubambisana ukuze kuketulwe i-ANC emandleni ombuso.
The multi-party charter is not going to go anywhere. They are not going to succeed. They can keep trying to find one black face after another.
Umakhura uthi iDA izama ukuzakhela ugazi kubavoti njengoba ifuna ukufolosa ngoRoger Jardine esebenzisa isinsundu sakhe kwezomzabalazo.
Part of the multi-party charter are trying to find some credible black people that they will make their face. Their agenda is different. Their agenda is to hold back the march forward, the transformation of our country. But they are looking for candidates. Is it new? No, they have done that before. They tried, Helen Zille tried to get Dr. Mampela Rampela as a public face of an agenda of the DA.
Odabeni lokubambisana kwe-ANC ne-EFF komasipala abathile KwaZulu-Natal kanye nase-Gauteng, uMakhura udalule ukuthi lesivumelwane sifana nenhlekelele. I-ANC yabucubungula kabusha ubudlelwane bayo ne-EFF.
We have criticized a coalition with the EFF is absolute disaster. But we also say the DA is an anti-transformation force. Working with the DA will be an absolute disaster.
Amaqembu amaningi ezombusazwe asangene esigabeni sokukhankasela ukhetho langonyaka ozayo. Ngingosamkela Maseko ngibikela izindaba ze-SABC eBoksburg.
I-South African Communist Party ithi ayikaguquke ekufuneni ukuba kuhlelwe kabusha umfelandawonye wayo ne-ANC neCOSATU njengoba sekubhekwe okhethweni lukazwelonke oluzobanjwa ngonyaka ozayo u-2024.
Isigungu esiphezulu esithatha inqumo ze-SACP sithi ukuhlelwa kwabusha kwalomfelandawonye kufanele kubandakanye ukubamba iqhaza entweni okubalwa kuzo uhlu lokhetho okufanele libandakanye ukusebenzela abantu ngobuhlakani.
Everyone on the list must be subject to the accountability to the alliance and the people over and above their individual alliance partner. What the representative will say in legislative and executive organs of the state must also reflect the perspectives of the people at large and the alliance as a whole, as opposed to one alliance partner.
Lenhlangano iphinde yagcizelela ukuthi kufanele bathathelwe inyathelo laba bathinteka ekukhwabaniseni amandla eRandi.
They must be charged with corruption while fining the banks and other traders is important, the fines are too low, mostly at 10% of their annual turnover, and must be increased. Moreover, alone, the fines are not enough to deter the manipulation of our currency, given the astronomical profits that the implicated banks control.
Udabeni lwaseMiddle East SACP iphinde yaqinisekisa ukweseka kwayo abantu basePalestina.
Israeli leaders must be held accountable for this genocide. The Central Committee also reaffirmed its support for the intensification of the boycott, divestment and sanctions campaign against Israel. The SACP will push this campaign forward.
Zinconyiwe ngendlela ehambe ngayo ivivinyo kamatikuletsheni ebeyibhalwa abafundi nonyaka akubanga nayihibe eyibikiwe kanti awekho namaphepha aputshukile kulona lonke izwe. Ungqongqoshe wemfundo esisekelo uEnjimotheka uthi konke kuhambe ngendlela obekuhlelwe ngayo.
Lezi vivinyo bezingenazo izihibe ezijwayelekile kweminye iminyaka. Kulonyaka akuputshukanga ngisho elilodwa iphepha. Impikisho ehlanganisa ukucekelwa phansi kwezikole nayo igwemekile. Uhlelo lokucisha konga ugesi nalo alizange libaphazamisa abafundi kulandela isivumelwano esenziwe yi-Eskom nomnyango wokuvikela izikole ngensuku la kubhalwa khona izifundo ezidinga ezobuchwepheshe.
The exam has certainly proceeded without any major disruptions nor serious acts of dishonesty that may have compromised the integrity and credibility of the examination as a whole.
Kusenjalo ungqongqoshe wemfundo esisekelo uzwakalise ukukhathazeka ngamavidiyo asabalalayo abafundi bakamatikuletsheni bephuza amanzi amponjwana emcimbini yokuqeda izivivinyo.
Clear that as much as the time it really is the time for celebrating, hundreds of our children are overindulging in alcohol, binge drinking, and even finding themselves with the law. But you must understand that adulthood comes with lifelong responsibilities.
Ukumakwa kuzoqala izikhungweni ezehlukene ezweni lonke kuleli sonto elizayo. Bangaphezulu kwezinkulungwane ezingamakhulu ayisi-7 abafundi ababhalile ezikhungweni ezingaphezulu kwamakhulu ayisi-6 ezweni lonke.
Sithathe iqoyitolo kanti uma besibuya sizokuphathela udaba oluthi.
This is about equal rights. This is about that independents have got the same rights as political parties.
Kusasa inkantolo yomthethosisekelo izokwethula isinqumo sayo udabeni olwafakwa esigcawini samacala inhlangano emele abangenela ukhetho ngokuyimela i-Independent Candidates Association of South Africa kanye neqembu likaMosimayimane i-One South Africa Movement. Asikungile sikwamukele uma bosanda kungena odabeni oluphambili imbukeli besibike ukuthi abezomthetho bakuleli bavimbe amabhasi abesuka eZimbabwe ethwele ingane engamakhulu amane namashumi amane nantathu okukholwa ukuthi beshushumbiswa emngceleni iBedbridge. Mbukela sikhumbuzeke ukuthi lezi ndaba ikhona ku-YouTube na ku-SABC Plus wona ngena kuzona nje uyicinga amagama athi SABC izindaba ngiyakuthembisa njengoba ngifunda nje uzoyibona njengoba zinjalo lezi ndaba. Inkantolo yezomthethosisekelo izokwethula isinqumo sayo udabeni olwafakwa esigcawini samacala inhlangano emele abangenela ukhetho ngokuyimela i-Independent Candidates Association of South Africa kanye neqembu likaMosimayimane i-One SA Movement. Le inhlangano ikhala ngokuthi-ke isigatshana somthetho olawula ezokhetho la eNingizimu Afrika sicindezela kakhulu abangenela ukhetho ngokuyimela bese uvuna amaqembu amakhulu ezombusazwe.
Labo abazongenela ukhetho ngokuzimela ngonyaka ozayo bazobe bebheke ngabumbi isinqumo senkantolo yomthethosisekelo maqondana ukuthi sizobavuna yini njengoba bebona sengathi umthetho olawula ezokhetho uyabacindezela. Phakathi kokunye okubakhalisa kakhulu indlela yokwabiwa kwesilinganiso sezihlalo ezishaya umthetho zezifundazwe kanye nasephalamende likazwelonke.
This is about equal rights. This is about that independents have got the same rights as political parties. And it's also about enriching our democracy, the fabric of our democracy, and it's about fighting what is right.
Iqembu i-One SA Movement lifuna ukuthi inkantolo yomthethosisekelo icubungule nombandelo ukuthi labo abangenele ukhetho ngokuzimela kufanele okungenani bathole isilinganiso samavoti ngamaphesenti ayi-15 ukuze bazuze izihlalo ePhalamende.
Even if you are able to register as a party or as a party to participate in the elections, you still need to meet the higher requirement to contest the elections. Because if you don't, you run the risk of everybody, even with minimal support.
Ongoti kanye nabaqaphe ukusebenza kwezomthetho bakholelwa ukuthi isinqumo senkantolo sizokusho lukhulu njengoba kusondela nokhetho likazwelonke ngonyaka ozayo.
Everyone, the IEC as well as political parties, need to have certainty, as well as independent candidates, of course, need to have certainty about how next year's elections are going to be run.
Isinqumo senkantolo kulindeleke ukuthi sethulwe kusasa ngomsombuluko.
Kulindeleke ukuthi ikomiti leParliament lesicaba isiqondisa igwegwe licubungule umbiko ongakaphothulwa malungana nokumiswa komholi we-EFF uJulius Malema kanye namanye amalunga amahlanu leqembu. Lokhu kuzemva ukuthi aphazamisa inkulumo kaMengameli wezwe ayibhekise esizweni kulonyaka. Lo mbiko uphakamisa ukuthi ke lamalunga amiswe inyanga yonke futhi engaholi ngisho indibilishi le.
Emva kwalesigameko amalungu e-EFF abhekene necala lokudelela isishayamthetho. Lamalungu avele okokuqala ngqa ngaphambi kwekomiti lokuqondisa izigwegwe ngenyanga edlule nalapho edalule ukuthi azodlulisa lolu daba enkantolo ephakeme.
If you continue constituting the committee in the current fashion, you will fall foul of the common law rule against bias, and your proceedings will be unlawful and unconstitutional. So that is why we do not ask that the matter should not sit. We've never made that request. But what we do, we ask that the matter should sit before a neutral and chairperson.
The
current application 52 for postponement has been brought for one purpose only, to delay the commencement of the inquiry on unsustainable grounds. It has not been brought in good faith. It has been brought at the 11th hour in what may legitimately be regarded as an ambush. The applicant postponement must be dismissed.
EFF azange ilibhade esicawini ngosuku lwesibili kanti futhi yayalela abameli bayo ukuthi bashenxe equlweni kwecala.
We recuse our legal representatives. They must now leave that place, and we're also leaving this nonsense of a kangaroo court.
Ngokumiswa amalungu e-EFF lokhu kusho ukuthi ke angeke abe yingxenye yenkulumo kaMengameli ebhekiswe esizweni ngonyaka ozayo.
Kuqhakanjiswe umkhankaso wenzuku eziyishumi-nesithupha wokulwa nodlame olubhekiswe kwabesifazana kanye nezingane ngesikhathi kubanjwe imbizo yokubhunga ngalesihlava emkhandlwini iNelson Mandela Bay esifundazweni i-Eastern Cape.
Abantu bathethe bebonakalisa ukungabi nathemba besithi banqonela ukuziva bekhuselekile. Amapolisa ebekule ndawo ezokumamela izikhalazo zabo. Abo bebekule ndibano bebenethemba lokuba abantu abaninzi baza kuba inxalenye khona ukuze bathethe ngokuphandle. Bafuna ukumanyana ekulweni umkhwa wodushe olujoliswa kwabasetyhini nabantwana.
As a family, as a community, we need to stand together. Because violence, the crime rate is high. And for people not coming out and speaking about it, it's scary.
Area yethu ine problem yoba akho konsebenziswana yabona. Inkokheli uyafumanisa ba eminye imibutho whether political or non-political abanye baphuma ngabanye baphuma ngapha.
Lo mmandla waseKamesh uye wanezinga elehlileyo lolwaphulo umthetho ngexesha lokunika ingxelo ngaphambili. Kodwa amapolisa afuna ukwehlisa ngakumbi ulwaphulo umthetho lwale ndawo kuquka nodushe olusekelezelwe kusini.
Abahlali ke sizomamela kubo ngokubana kumelezekile ukubana bebe naso isikhalazo ngenxa yobundlobongela benzekayo apha kule ndawo. Kule ndawo yindawo yemigewu, i-gangs up. Yindawo apho abantu babuse i-drugs notshwala.
Udushe olusekelezelwe kusini liba nechaphaza ekukhuleni kwabantwana. Isebe lezemfundo lifumanise ukuba oku kuchaphazela kakubi inkqubo yabantwana abakumakhaya apho kukho udushe olusekelezelwe kusini. Amapolisa alo masipala uMbaxa aquke ukuqubisana nodushe olusekelezelo kwisini kwiinhlelo zawo zexesha leziyunguma. Kwiindaba ze-SABC ndingunandi Phaplatyi eKarika.
Umengameli waseFrance Emmanuel Macron uthi amazwe asethuthukile ayimisele ngokweseka lawa asathuthuka ngeinsiza ezolungisa inkinga yokuguquguquka kwesimo sezulu. uMacron uthi ke iNingizimu Afrika ayisibonelo samazwe asethole lolusizo.
Nje kucelwe kakhulu kwezempilo nokuthula. Izinsiza ziyadingeka ukulwisana nokuguquguquka kwesimo sezulu kanti France isizimisele ukulekelela.
This is an international community work, and I think we have to commit and to help emerging and developing countries to do much more by getting more finance. We need more solidarity for that. And this is exactly what you signed in South Africa with the JETP initiative. I put $1 billion on your transition precisely for this reason.
Umkhakha wezamabhizinisi ezwenikazi Afrika nawo uthi umungomumo ukufaka isandla.
Africa bears the brunt of climate crisis, and Africa should be at the table, and that's why COP28 is very good. That Africans are here, we should be part of the solution because we're suffering. We suffer a lot more than we contribute.
Zemali kuleli zwekazi zifuna ukusebenzisana nezikhungo zakwamanye amazwe.
And that's why the African Development Bank launched a very bold program together with the Global Center on Adaptation called the Africa Adaptation Acceleration Program, or we call it simply AAAP, is to mobilize $25 billion to support African countries to adapt to climate change. And by the way, that is the largest effort on climate change globally.
Lezi ke ngezinye zezinto abahambele lenqonqothela abazobe bezidingida kulezi insuku ezizayo. Ngethemba lokuthi iCOP28 izoba yimiphumela emihle.
Seqinisekisiwe ukuthi aphephile futhi ahlanzekile amabhishi aseNelson Mandela Bay njengoba sekuyisikhathi samaholiday asehlobo nje.
Nanjengoko siqalisa iholide zehlobo kwaye abantu abaliqela baza kuzonwabisa kwilwandle, ukhuseleko lwamanzi nokucoceka kwawo ngundoqo kuninzi. Uphando lwenkampani ASC Public Health Food Safety luza neendaba ezimnandi kwabo baza kutyelela ulwandle eNelson Mandela Bay. Oluphando lufumanise ukuba amanxwebe esisixeko acocekile kwaye akhuselekile ukuba kungaqhutywa kuwo kubahambisana nemiqathango yeziko iFoundation for Environmental Education.
We are very proud of this study because it shows that the majority of our beaches in the metro does in fact comply with the water quality requirements of the Blue Beach Flag program.
Kodwa kukhutshwe isilumkiso ngonxweme lwaseNew Brighton nelifumaniseke lingayithobeli imiqathango yococeko lwelwandle.
So what does it mean? It means that people are not allowed to swim in that beach. They could contract gastro illnesses such as your diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, headaches, fever, so they can actually get sick from swimming in those beaches.
Iziphumo zoluphando zamkelwe ngezandla ezishushu ngabo bathanda ukuqubha ingakumbi ngeli xesha leholide zokuphela konyaka.
Nesonwabile because ulwandle lethu luclean, cause bacteria abantu baqubha kamandi, abantwana bafila safe, nathi si happy xa silapha senje ba sikhulekile because akho nto ezinokwenzeka. Yayibona ndisay.
But it makes me feel safe because I feel like when people go into deep they will blow the whistle.
Ulwandle lwaseNew Brighton lufumaniseke lungayithobeli imiqathango yeBlue Flag Beach status nenjongo zayo ikugada ucoceko lwelwandle kwaye oku kungayingozi kuluntu. Kwiindaba ze-SABC ndinguyolanda Kambile eGqeberha.
Mbokile iguqa lapha besikuphathele zona nakusasa siyabuya emini uzobe khona usakhiwo sokhela kanti ebusuku lizobe likhona ihlabangane elimhlophe qwa unoqolo wakwamwale zokuthulela indaba.